don't take my word for it. Take the president's word for it, where he said at a rally a few weeks ago, "We gutted it." He's proud that this administration has gutted the law that provided relief to millions of Americans and hundreds and thousands of Missourians. So if they're gutting it through administrative action, which is obvious, then what we have left, based on the actions by the elected representatives in Congress, are a number of protections for people who have been sick in this country, giving them power against the very powerful insurance companies. So I love lectures about judicial activism. You want a definition of judicial activism? How about trying to use the courts to do what Congress has refused to do? How about using the courts to get a result that the elected representatives of this people have indicated they do not want? And that's what's going on right now. The Attorney General in Missouri had a decision to make. I will either stand with the people of Missouri and protect them from insurance companies deciding whether or not they get insurance based on whether or not they've had the nerve to be sick before, or I will stand with insurance companies and do away with every protection we put in the law. And by the way, this impacts not just people who are buying insurance on the exchanges. This impacts people at work. It changes the rules for whether or not you get coverage for pre-existing conditions in your employment insurance. So this will affect millions of Missourians. We are doing everything we can, and we are limited in what we can do because the Republicans are in charge, and they're determined to gut these important protections for people in my state. There is no question that the number one issue in this country right now is what are we doing to relieve the anxiety about increasing prices and the uncertainty as to whether or not you'll be able to get insurance for your child who has cystic fibrosis or for your husband who has diabetes. They want to go back to the bad old days. They want to go back to the days where the insurance companies have the right to spend as much money as they want figuring out a way to not to pay that claim. Now, I am standing foursquare with the people of Missouri that want these protections to remain in place. We should reject judicial activism. We should force the Senate to take up the bipartisan bills that will assist with costs and reaffirm our commitment to these protections. To do anything less is to say to the people of my state and this country, we no longer think you deserve the protections that the ACA has provided you from insurance companies that are more focused on greed than they are health care.